It's in my opinion and most people that work here that our sports team is the hardest working in the business and getting ready to launch season 10 of Cover 2 High School Football Weekly. Here to joining us to tell us all about it is Sports Director Rob DeMello. Thank you for being here. I know it's early, but I appreciate you being here.
No, man, pleasure to be here.
It's so awesome to have you on the set, and I know how hard you work, which usually means you're not sleeping, and there's a cot in the sports office. But what does it mean for you to be going into the, because I know this is your baby, Cover 2. Season 10.
Well, actually, I have 3 babies, real babies. So those are my babies. That, you know, obviously, Cover 2 is something I'm super passionate about. And Season 10, it's awesome. The fact that we have even made it this far, I think, says that Hawaii is passionate about high school football. And because if people weren't watching and people weren't interested and people weren't engaged, then it wouldn't be going into season number 10. And so it's super exciting to be able to do this for all these years and to be able to work with the people that we work with on Cover 2. And that's one of my favorite things about the project is that, you know, obviously I work with Alan Hoshida year-round here at KHON2 Sports, Rich Miano. We do a lot of football stuff together. But, you know, being able to be in constant communication with Billy Hall, Moani Hara, your brother, Mark Veneri, RJ Hollis, everyone that helps us with the show, that is obviously one of the perks to Cover 2. We got a great team, and we're all super close, and we're all very passionate about Hawaii high school football, Hawaii sports in general.
It's really like the water cooler conversations, too, because when you ask somebody where they graduated from, it's always the high school, right?
Kailua, Kamehameha.
Of course. So, I mean, the football season's already started. We've had some amazing games, some great matchups, some lopsided victories. What can we expect from Cover 2 this season?
You know, Cover 2, I mean, the main objective is to be able to get people ready for the weekend, to get people excited about the games that they're about to see over Friday and Saturday, but then also tell the stories of the high school football players, the administrators, the coaches, the parents. I mean, it goes well beyond the X's and O's of football, and I think that's the most important thing. It's a snapshot of your community here in the state of Hawaii, and it's not Oahu-centric. We're not only focusing on OIA and ILH. In fact, this first episode of Cover 2, we sent Alan Hoshida to Molokai to do a feature story, a human interest story on the Farmer football program who haven't played an 11-man football game since 2019 because of the pandemic, and they're getting ready to take on Waialua this Saturday morning here on the North Shore. And so it's those kinds of stories, those kinds of snapshots of the community that we're excited to share with people, because no matter what, when you look at it, every game that takes place in the state of Hawaii for these high school football schedules, 50% of communities are happy at the end of the night, right? Because they won. And so
that is a great point.
So there's never a situation of there's not enough good football teams to cover. There are a lot of football teams to cover. There are a lot of great players to cover. As you know, when you look around at college football here, whether it's at the University of Hawaii or elsewhere, I mean, just loaded with talent here from the islands. And this is your opportunity to see them for the first time and to be able to follow their journeys here. And some guys that end up in the National Football League. Cover 2 in our 9 seasons leading up to this one, I mean, you have guys that made it into the National Football League that were featured heavily on Cover 2, being Tua Tagovailoa, I think is at the top of that list, and Hercules Mataafa spent time with the Vikings. I mean, you have a bunch of guys out there in the NFL, Braden Fehoko and Alohi Gilman right now.
And you have post-season awards that former high school football players that have gone on, had NFL careers, they're sponsoring and helping with the awards. But let's talk about you for a second, because I know how passionate you are about this. It's the reason why this show is here, you know, with you and on KHON2. Any special moments over 10 seasons of this?
Yeah, you know,
I mean, you probably have a lot, but any one particular you can...
Well, I think early in the years of Cover 2, we would do a lot of theme nights, right? We still do our Halloween episode, but we would do 80s night and 70s night. You were a part of the show at those times, and we would make you dress up, I remember. And you know, those were a lot of fun. We can't really do those anymore because of the added newscasts here. Yeah. Because right after, or right before Cover 2 is the 9 o'clock, right after is the 10 o'clock. That not used to be the case. And so the turnaround on the set that quickly makes it a little more difficult, but those were always a lot of fun. And you mentioned the awards. You know, that's something that's the culmination of everything, right? The last episode is always leading up to state championship night and handing out awards. And the fact that You have Marcus Mariota and Manti Te'o and Chad Owens and Olin Kreutz, the family of Tommy Ko'ulukukui and Herman Wiedemeyer that are lending their name and not asking for anything in return just because they want to support high school football. They want to support these student athletes. That's really special. And when you look at the people who won those awards, Tua Tagovailoa is a former Mariota Award winner. Vavae Malapeai went on to play running back at USC. Chevin Cordero, a quarterback for the University of Hawaii, now San Jose State. And these are all guys that...
and Tua Tagovailoa, who won the Marcus Mariota Award, which is just crazy.
He actually won 2 awards. In his junior year, he won the Tommy Ko'ulukukui Award as Offensive Player of the Year. And so they're a part of the legacy now, right? I mean, Tua Tagovailoa now playing for the Miami Dolphins. He's going to be starting at quarterback on Sunday, and he's a 2-time Cover 2 award winner, and that's really cool.
I think that it's also really great, and we're almost out of time, but I think it's really great that Cover 2 has become its own establishment, that the rankings now, like the AP and the coaches poll in college football, Cover 2 also has its own poll, and it's considered by many to be legit.
Yeah, I mean, we got voters from across all the islands that vote for the Cover 2 state rankings, which were released every Monday. And right now, Kahuku's at the top, receiving all 21st place votes. And so, yeah, I mean, that was the whole point of starting Cover 2, was to put high school football on a pedestal, to treat high school football here in the islands the way that ESPN treats the National Football League. And maybe for some student athletes who are struggling in school, who aren't quite making grade checks, maybe it's that added motivation of like, hey, I need to make sure I get my grades up so that I play this week, so that I can be featured on Cover 2. It's a much bigger picture.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. The start of Season 10, Cover 2, 9:30 this Thursday night. It should be a lot of fun. We really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man. You're a Cover 2 OG over here, man. We appreciate you too, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, 9:30 on KHON2 this Thursday.